Welcome back, y'all. It's the Aries full moon tomorrow. So, let's get into it. I Overall, it's basically like the culmination to eclipse season, and we're still having the nodes of Libra and Aries happening. It just feels like a lot of major energetic closing out. And it's a full moon in Aries, which, like, full moons in general um, are meant to clear out, to purge, to release, to cleanse your crystals, to like if you're into rituals is where you burn letters and shit. This is where you worry about yourself. So let's get into like basic astrology, right? Aries is a cardinal fire sign, which means Aries likes to start shit. And it's not necessarily it's the what is it? The strike of a match. Right? That's what Aries is the strike of a match. And when we get into full moons, eclipse seasons, and all of that, then we have to also think about like what Aries represents. Aries is ruled by Mars, which can be the planet of aggression, making something happen. The stimulant, if you will, right? And then we have Aries, which is the first zodiac sign, the literal baby of the zodiac, and it's about me. And so it can be the ego, it's the first house. And so where have you forgotten the importance of yourself? Where have you been so focused? We're going to the opposite, right? Libra. Where have you been so focused with other people, other things outside of yourself, that you have lost your way back to you, right? How will you reclaim yourself? Your autonomy, and like literally refocus on you. Maybe you haven't been feeling as fly. Maybe you haven't felt as audacious. Maybe you've been second guessing yourself based on other people's projections or the projections you have been given as a child, right? And you're maybe a little less brave than you used to be when you were a jit. I don't know. When did you stop dancing? When did you stop being excited about life? All questions you may want to journal about, ask yourself, all of that. How do you come home to yourself? And sometimes it's the most simple thing is to move your body. And so we will be starting out, because I'm not playing, with the Black Moon Lilith Cosmic Alchemy Oracle. Okay. By Adama Sese, I believe it is. And I've been liking this. It's also spooky season, and I don't have all my creepy decks, so this is what we're going to use, because why not use the villain? I know it ain't as bright as I'd like it to be, but here we are. We're going to keep, it looks like I have a setup that is coming together. And so, I don't remember this stone that I just got. It might be Dermerterite. But anyway, I'm going to get into that stone as we go through the reading, because it's a new one that I think might be interesting. An interesting addition. So friends, for the full moons, for the eclipse, they usually say, don't do rituals or none of that. But it might be after these things have unfolded, think about what you really do want. How do you embody a new truth that you'd like to have, right? And then I'm going to expand on it with the Villains Tarot deck. So that is how we get a little bit of spooky season going. Hold on, let me close the door. And so I will give you time to decide on which card you'd like. Of course, let me put the little stones. Let me put this one here. Yeah. Here. So, don't remember the stone, just got this in. But, based on what calls you. Black Tourmaline, Carnelian, right? I'm giving you a little bit more time now that I have added the stones. Let us begin. All right. So, move this over here. Let us begin with card number 1, which is a Dama. Okay, what? I've never had this card. Let me show it to you. So this is the Dama card, and what it has is a tree, some birds, Mother Earth, 16. I think it's so cool that the author's name is Adama, and Adama means apparently Mother Earth. All right, let's go to number 16, not number 10. All right. Ooh. Abundance is on its way, and it's time for you to receive the world. When a Dhamma shows up in an oracle reading, it's a sign from your guidance system and the universe that your wishes are well on their way. It will all happen in divine timing, so patience is required. The lesson in this card is to tap into a magic that exists in nature all around you. Living in a modern society has disconnected us from our human birthright as earthly witches and wizards. Take time to commune with the stars, walk through the forest, place your toes in the sand at the beach, set your intentions, or practice a magical ritual outside. Have trust and faith that your manifestations are in process. The earth wants to give you what's best for you. Adam and Lilith were created from the dust of Mother Earth, Adama. Adama is the Hebrew word for soil or ground. In alchemy, earth represents reality and structure and is one of the elements needed to create matter in the physical realm. Water, air, and fire all stem from earth as an energetic foundation. Things you can touch, see, or smell with your senses all are of the earth. Earth is a metaphor for people, places, things that align under its energetic signature. The Earth's zodiac signs in astrology are Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Each of these signs invoke different ways that Earth energy moves and manifests in the world. Taurus invokes abundance, wealth, beauty, and fertility that we need to thrive and feel safe in this reality. Virgo is the practicality and perfectionism of Earth that gets things done, and the hard work required to make dreams a reality. Capricorn is associated with structure, leadership, and discipline, which are needed to create stability. The natural world holds powerful magic. Ground yourself in her magnetic power and splendor. I mean, that is clear. And so also this stone, I will find the name and put it in the show notes if you're interested. Show notes. I'm podcasting now, huh? In the comments, y'all know what I mean. Overall, that this stone is literally asking, are you ready to change your life? Are you ready to experience change in a way that changes everything. You know, so if you are ready to transition and move into something new, that is a stone for you. So let's see if there's anything else. I didn't even open Sacred Space, y'all. My bad. I just jumped in because that's what Aries tends to do. Just jump in and figure it out later. But, just calling in Sacred Space real quick and asking for the clearest of messages. These are too many, y'all. And anything that is in alignment with us, Spirit, energetic connections, only temporarily, to give us the news that we need. What is going on? Well, this is my face, y'all. Oh, what's happening? Okay. All right. Well, it was all good, but I guess you got to become the person prepared for these beautiful changes that are awaiting you. So, first card is the Six of Coins. Let me see. Six of Coins is literally that abundance that Spirit is trying to give to you, that Earth is trying to give to you, that you are working on, you want, you desire, you're manifesting, right? But it's followed by the Devil. And I would say don't get caught up in just the material, right? Like, okay, I want, I don't know, $300 million, right? But like, how do you want these things to arrive to you? There is a 2nd and 8th house axis that we are on, which is, yes, there's how you make money for yourself, how you manifest money for yourself. But on the other side to that is the 8th house. What are you willing to exchange or sacrifice for it, right? And don't let yourself get caught up by not realizing, okay, I want this 6-figure job or whatever, but then you have no life, right? So really being clear, being concise, dotting your I's, crossing your T's, but also being very intentional about the things that you want. Because if we don't really like, okay, I want, maybe I'm still thinking about jobs. I want a very well-paying job, but I want to be, I don't know, I want to be able to be remote. I don't want to go in every day, right? I want unlimited PTO so I can take a day off whenever I want, desire, need to. What are the benefits to the things? Are you asking for them? Because the Devil will have you caught up. You might get so focused and so tunnel vision on whatever it is that you desire that you forget that some of this, right? You have an empire. This is actually 7 of Coins. It takes a lot to build an empire, right? And so as much as abundance is going to come your way regardless, it's what are you willing to do, and is it in alignment with what you got going on? Like, are you willing to throw Mufasa off the ledge for your empire? Is it going to work for you? I don't know. The Devil says maybe not so much, right? So everything does have its consequence. So be intentional, be in alignment. Not every thing that we desire is a blessing, right? Sometimes it can be a poisoned apple that you didn't even realize you were biting into. And so things will come to you. Make sure you are not out here overextending, over performing, that anything that you want comes at the expense of you, right? Because 5 of Wands, you gotta be ready to fight. You gotta stay ready. And sometimes we get into things without realizing, oh snap, like this is gonna take up more of the time that I didn't even know I wanted. Or being in dynamics where you're consistently, oh, I am the leader, follow me, or trying to prove that you are willing, trying to prove that you're worthy of leading, right, can lead you into some really dicey places. And so make sure you're not stepping on anybody's head to get to the top. It might not be as fulfilling as you thought it would be. And it might burn you out, to be quite honest. If you're like, oh, I really need to apply to these 50 jobs before the end of the day, lay down. Stop doing the most. Stop over... There's a word. Stop oversaturating your time with bullshit. You're throwing yourself into different, like, oh, I need to do this. I should. And that's not the honest self. It just isn't. It's the fear-based self. And it's okay to be afraid, especially in this economy, but don't let it be your truth, because that's not the truth. It is a mechanism for survival. Use it as a tool, not as an actuality, right? And so, literally telling you to go lay down, go to sleep. You know, put in your good word into the, throw the seeds that you want to throw. Tell people where you want to be at, what you would like to experience, that you're looking for a job or for opportunities or whatever it is that you're looking for. If it's for dating, hey, y'all, I'm single. Y'all ain't got no friends, right? Like, I would like to meet people that are whatever. Or I'd like to be in rooms that are XYZ. Or I would like to be in shops. Whatever it is, tell people about it and then lay down. And if it's not literally telling somebody else about it, because sometimes we say things and then it's like we finished and did it in our head, write it down. Most of the time, swords represent thoughts. Put your thoughts to rest, write it out. Maybe if you want to do, I'm going to make this step towards this thing for the end of the year. Boom. You don't need too much. Aries is not about, let me put a plan together. Aries is like Geronimo and then figure that shit out on the way down. And a lot of the things that we see are successful tend to be, I'm winging this shit and seeing where it goes, because where it goes is where you were supposed to go, right? And so if you have been in a place of, I don't know, I don't know if everything's going to work out for me, or I haven't been feeling myself, I don't feel as sexy or as whatever, or I don't feel confident, let it die. Period. Because you have seen what it looks like to be afraid your whole life. What does it look like to just try, regardless if you're bad at it, and see where it goes, versus bullshitting and waiting 5 more years for some shit that you could have done ages ago. And sometimes we needed to become the person ready to do that work, right? But other times, waiting is the disservice we give ourselves because we're afraid to become that person. Which one is it? At the end of the day, you're never going to be the same person you were yesterday. What if you choose to be a brave one? Just a thought. Just a thought. Because literally we started with the earth is preparing abundance for you. So why are you chasing something as if you are not the abundance that exists, right? Temperance, you are the abundance. You never needed to chase a damn thing. Maybe you got lost along the way. That's okay. That's completely fine. Stop. Rest. Allow yourself some downtime so you can receive the information that you need to be abundant. Sometimes we're so caught up in the lies that we have been told, that we tell ourselves, that we can't see that we are literally the blueprint of whatever we're trying to do. You wouldn't want to do, exist, experience something if you didn't already have it. The temperance does not chase. The temperance exists and lets things flourish. All right, card number 1. We're not playing today. Okay. Thank you, card number 1. So if you are ready to change your life, I'm going to find that dang name of this stone because I think it's a great one for you. So, yes. All right. Card number 2. Card number 2 is Black Tourmaline, so for protection. Okay, the bodyguard stone, that's the energy for me. Neptune. I feel like, well, we will see. On the bottom of the deck is the 9 of Swords. Oh, so if you have been feeling overwhelmed, too much noise, or a lot of negative talk, self-talk, thoughts, etc., this is not the place. The Hermit, truth. Baby, give me something else. What is this? Okay. We got a lot of major arcana. I'm gonna split the deck. Hold on, because we need something. We need something. King of Coins. I don't know, y'all. This is giving. I will say off the rip, because we have Neptune and Black Tourmaline, please increase your spiritual boundaries. And it is as simple as calling your energy back to you. It is as simple as just putting, hey, I don't allow any entities and otherwise into my space unless they're in my highest best and in my greatest alignment. Something to that. It don't have to be as, it can be very simple. But before you sleep, before you enter spaces, call in protection. So, Neptune. Magic, imagination, and illusion. You are a master magician. I like the King of Coins with that. When the Neptune card shows up, the universe wants to remind you of your natural superpower. Take time to dive into your spiritual alchemy and manifestation. That's exactly what I was going to say about all this. What do you want your life to look like? What do you want your creative vision to embody? Paint it, write it, act it out, make a vision board. In any way, set intentions for your reality. So, back to back so far, they're telling you it's time to manifest. It's time to ritual make. When we work with our imagination and treat fantasy as reality, the universe can pick up exactly what we want and create synchronicities to make it happen. Neptune cosmically thins the veil between the natural and spiritual worlds so you can channel your visions into reality through your imagination. Neptune is currently in the sign of Pisces, and it will be changing into Aries next year. This moon is important for you. In astrology, Neptune is the planet of illusion, so please do not get scammed. Dreams, the spiritual unknown, psychic ability, creativity, deceit, again, double check everything, and seclusion. As Neptune moves to the sky, its connection with other planets creates fantasy, bends reality, and can cause what was once deemed solid in our lives to dissolve. Which is, in Roman mythology, it's Poseidon, god of the sea. Complete with his Triton, Neptune is the modern planetary ruler of water sign of Pisces, and it is also a generational planet. So, please be mindful around how to channel your magic and imagination, but also shadow work. Be careful with self-sacrifice, a lack of boundaries, I will add, and addiction, which is all forms of escapism. So, I don't know if anyone's listening to me from 1928 to 1943. So let's do Neptune in Scorpio, 1956 to 1970. Transformative creativity, Neptune in Sagittarius, 1970 to 1984. Rebellious beliefs, Neptune in Capricorn, 1984 to 1998. Structured vision, Neptune in Aquarius, 1998 to 2012. Humanitarian services. If you later than that, why are you here? I be cussing. But let me know if I missed your birth date in the comments, or birth year, and if it's not in any of these. Your imagination is the most powerful, magical tool you possess. Use it to make your dreams a reality. Let's get into these chords. So, the Hermit. Sometimes you need to be your biggest, weirdest self, but also sometimes you gotta go into a level of focus, seclusion, and it doesn't have to be like actual seclusion. It can literally be not telling people your plans. Feel like I had to pause. Not everyone needs to know what your truest heart's desires are, because everyone will not understand it. And not only that, it's none of their business. You can't work on something when there's so many thoughts, ideas, energies around the thing. Sometimes one thing is collaboration and another thing is announcing or asking permission to do something. The Hermit is like, be in your room working on your shit. Carve out time for yourself to be really in tune with this thing. Protect your dreams, protect your magic, protect your illusions, especially again with Black Tourmaline there. Keep it to yourself. Then we have True Love, which I'm going to look at the deck for this one because it's not magic to me. This is a number 6, which is usually the Chariot. Yeah, I'm going to look at this. Hold on. Where's my book? Oh, right here. So, numbers, is that a 6? Yeah, it is a 6. I know my Roman numerals. Is the Chariot. And so Chariot is usually success after a long, grueling period of going through it sometimes, of feeling like it may not happen. And so, oh, I have found it, so it's not the Chariot. That is so interesting. Is the Chariot 7? Okay, listen. There are messages for everybody here. Okay, so number 6, True Love. I don't know. Represents harmony, unity, and fate. Nothing can get in the way of true love, not even Ursula's seductive human alter ego, Vanessa. True Love Tarot card represents fated connections, love, and harmonious partnerships. In relationship themed reading, that's not the case, but hey. This card signifies a great connection and perfect match. It might also be finding the correct people, the right community, the right opportunities, the right maybe even people who are just into what you're into that can help support you and your spiritual growth. It can also indicate an important decision or crossroads. That makes more sense. Consider your options carefully. Remember illusions, right? Make sure that when you put your hand through this illusion that you end up tangibly reaching out to something. Consider your options carefully and you will get your happily ever after. But, don't get caught slipping. Because it's there's a fine line between illusion and imagining, embodying, knowing what is possible for you. And it's not, be delusional. That's not ever what I'm going to tell you. But what I will tell you is, are you doing the things? Are you aligning yourself? Are you positioning yourself? Shout out to my astrologer, Sade. That when things are thrown your way, all of your blessing bouquets come in, you're in the front ready to grab it, right? Versus, I want this, and then you just don't partake in the alchemical energy of making things happen. So, we have the Page of Coins, and it's usually a collaboration. I need one more card. Okay. Seven of Swords. So, Page of Coins is usually collaborating with people, but look at who you collaborating with, right? It can go a couple of different ways. It can go really well, and it could be, we mesh well. This is great. We doing the things. Or it can just give you a new perspective on, this is why I don't do nothing with y'all. This is exactly why. Or realizing there's another path that you can go on that does not require waiting for others to catch up with you, right? Because the King of Coins was the first card that popped up. And so you're going to get where you're going regardless. It's how many detours do you want? Do you feel that you don't have X, Y, Z? That's not part of the manifestation, boo. We don't care if you can or you can't. It's you desire this thing. You will become, you will upgrade, you will take the time to put into your craft and become the person ready, prepared for this. And if you look like me, you are overqualified for whatever it is because it is your birthright. You've been worthy. So stop putting things in your mind, right? Seven of Swords. Or letting other people put things in your mind of, but I can't. Whole time, please look at contracts. If you have any contracts, if you need to get a lawyer to read it for you, I would suggest you do so, especially the fine print. There are people trying to extract what you have from you. And you are sitting here allowing other people to devalue you so you could devalue yourself. Manifestations have nothing to do with, am I worthy? Then you can't even manifest. Now you're just bullshit. You're creating wishy-washy energy with, but can I really do this? Who cares? Find out on the way there. Right? Everything doesn't need to be a collaboration. Sometimes being stillness, sometimes being in stillness or feeling stagnant isn't necessarily a stop. You're still going. It just might be, oh no, actually you need to take a detour here for a better opportunity. Many times we'll say we want something and it doesn't happen the way that we want it to because it's not supposed to. And it's annoying as hell. I'm not gonna, hold you. Like, it's hard, it's confusing. Oh, it's not how I expected it, but it ends up being better. It lasts longer. It has more cementing to that foundation. So be flexible in that. But also, if you do collaborate and somebody's holding you up, use that as information. How are you feeling about these things? What are you learning about the experience? If you end up going down and it feels like the wrong turn, baby, you can always U-turn. You can pivot, you can change your mind as many times as possible. At the end of the day, this is you. This is what you're capable of, right? Be the authority of your abundance. Point blank period, I ain't got nothing else. That's what needed to be said there. Be the authority towards your abundance. Don't let nobody else dictate what that looks like for you. The end for that. Thank you, card number 2. Last but not ever least, card number 3. Why is the sun in reverse? Reconnect to your passionate self. That is Carnelian. Carnelian lights a fire under your booty. Okay? It reconnects to the grounding that is the passionate center of your creativity, of your desires, of your wants. The sun is 22. I love this card. The sun is literally in our charts, the energy of the soul, right? In this case, soul's purpose, but the sun is also the best card to get in a tarot deck. But the fact that it's reversed, you're gonna shine regardless, but are you afraid of being seen? You can't shine. The sun can't be like, I'm gonna live in a perpetual eclipse because I'm embarrassed. Be so for real. Be so for real. Actually, I'm gonna read this because let's read this. This is number 22. Here we go. The sun. There are many layers in your astrological DNA. I do readings if you're interested in astrology reading. Check the website in the YouTube description. Understanding your sun sign is a good place. It ain't everything though. When this card appears, confidence. If you're not feeling confident, do wear a variation of yellow. Confidence, joy, and time in the spotlight is on its way. Are you prepared? You're gonna get ad-libs to this reading. It's time to move in the truth of who you are and align with your soul's purpose. Life is too short and long for you to be embarrassed about your anything forever. It is the most unfulfilling experience to regret not being your full self. It's time to move into the truth of who you are and align with your soul's purpose. The sun rules over the royal fire sign of Leo, and just as Leo's supposedly love being the center of attention. Leos love to be experienced, and they love to experience. They exist in play. The sun is at the center and is the life force of our solar system. In ancient, occult, and spiritual traditions across the globe, the sun was highly worshipped, with deities invoking its energy. In alchemy, your sun sign represents the spiritual gold and inner light. The bright star is a luminary and provides the energy that is needed to sustain life on Earth. Without the interplay between the nurturing moon and reflecting the vibrant rays of the sun, there would be no life. It is a delicate dance between the divine feminine and masculine here on Earth. The sun is a personal planet, so depending on your chart, its traits are easily visible in your personality. Understanding where your sun sits within your chart also provides a map of how to access this part of yourself. In ancient alchemy, the sun's placement in your natal chart can help you understand your higher self and align with this energy. So, we're going to run through this thing real fast. Aries, independent leader. Taurus, abundant beauty. Gemini, intelligent communicator. Cancer, intuitive nurturer. Leo, regal creative. Virgo, analytical soul. Libra, harmonious lover. Scorpio, powerful alchemist. Sagittarius, wise teacher. Capricorn, structured boss. Aquarius, innovative genius. Pisces, creative healer. Your life is changing direction in a major way. It's time to embody your gold. And the fact that it was in the reverse, I would go back to card number 1. I'm not going to lie, I snatched you a little bit in card number 1. But they don't know that. If I don't know, regardless of the life that you have lived, it's not easy to be in the spotlight, but like, it's only not easy when you're worried about people's thoughts about you in the spotlight. What that got to do with you? What has that ever had to do with you? People don't live your life for you. They don't go to work for you. They don't struggle for you. They don't go through the hard times for you. You can't replace them, right? You're the only person existing in those spaces. So why do people have to dictate what you got going on? Especially if you're grown. Like, if you're a teenager, I have nothing for you. Besides, be yourself. Literally this. 9 of Wands. Usually the 9 of Wands is like gathering and doing the absolute most. But for me, just this card, not necessarily like the tarot 9 of Wands, be the absolute most. Right? There's a very fine line between arrogance and confidence. Arrogance is literally taking certain shit too far. It is being so blinded by yourself that you can't even be in community with anybody else, right? Confidence is, regardless of what's going on, you are at your own frequency. You exist as yourself, and whoever has an issue ain't got nothing to do with you, but you are joyfully existing as yourself. Versus arrogance, you're still trying to prove something to somebody else. And that removes your autonomy, that removes your reclamation of self, and it's a waste of time. Make sure you know on which side you're on, right? Also, imposter syndrome is a version to me as reverse arrogance, because why not you? You're literally here on this earth. You have probably done a lot of amazing things, and you deny yourself. And that is a level of telling God, universe, whomever, that you're wrong. How dare you? If more than one person says the work that you're doing is amazing, If you are spoken into rooms that you couldn't even fathom and you are getting opportunities, who are you to say you are not worthy of those spaces? Have you seen the people in those spaces that have been there and they have done nothing? Pay attention. Pay attention. So, be mindful. You are the fairest of them all, just don't get crazy with it. Right? Like, don't start poisoning bitches and decide that you are the only fairest of them. You're doing too much. You're doing too much. But also, because that's arrogance. It's, I need to prove that I am the fairest of them all. You don't have to. You don't even gotta talk to the mirror and be like, who? Why are you asking the mirror? You tell the mirror that you are baddest, right? That you have everything that you need, that you are worthy. You don't ask the mirror. When you ask, it means you are unsure of your own truth. And if you are, that is okay. Begin to tell in positive ways. I am this, okay? Everyone makes fun, but yes, you is important. You was smart, you was kind. We need that. Affirm yourself. Don't ask for permission from the world for you to shine. No one's going to give you that permission. You have to give yourself that permission. If you've lost it along the way because life is hard, there are awful things happening in the world, do a little bit of something every day. When was the last time you joyfully had a dance session? When was the last time you sang off key to a song? If you were a singer, okay, right? Or on key. When was the last time you did something that was for sheer fun and sheer enjoyment? When was the last time you felt awe and excitement in the world? If it's been a long time, find a little bit of it. Life is lived on glimmers. It's what keeps us going towards possibility of tomorrow. Okay? 4 of Coins. Maybe you have been struggling financially. Or people, places, things have been cheap with you, or you have been cheap with your own life. And when I say cheap, it can also be value. It can also be, oh, I'm not going to spend on this because, you know, I've been a little tight or whatever. And so you'll never have enough? One thing is like food, rent, or mortgage versus, right? Immediate things, take care of them. But if you have a little bit left and you really want something, do that. Because why do you live as hard as you live to not enjoy anything? That's not life. It's not life. Put it on Klarna or something. I don't know. Do it responsibly. Don't have 90 Klarnas because now you're just wasting time. But if you want to treat yourself or make a plan to treat yourself or do something enjoyable for yourself. It could be going and touching grass somewhere different. Whatever it is, it doesn't always have to be financial. And it doesn't have to always be, Instagrammable. The times that you don't even have your phone on you are usually the most beautiful times. Do more things that make you forget you have a phone. Okay? Most times, they're childish things that you're like, I feel silly doing this. Be silly. What is the point of being an adult if you can't do childish shit? Life is too hard sometimes for everything to be adultified. Unadultify your life a little bit. Live a little. Have fun. Be a little ridiculous if you got to, right? As long as you're not hurting yourself or anybody, go ahead. Two of Coins, you have a decision between the Four of Coins, which is being stingy, cheap, afraid, lack mindset, or going out with your friends, hanging out, collaborating on something. Two of Coins is literally like making a decision. Three of Coins, literally I keep hearing, what about your friends? So, oh, I can't go out. And then your friend's like, did I ask you if you had money? Let's go. Right? Do not extract joy because, oh, I don't got it. Sometimes nobody asked you if you got it or not. They said, do you want to come? Right? And so go. Have fun. There are things that I'm like, oh, I probably shouldn't do this because it's late and I wake up early. So what? What if you have a good ass time? My grandma used to say, with con gusto no hay disgusto. It's a play on words. But with enjoyment, there is no unenjoyment, suffering, right? It's like, okay, you was out all night and you gotta wake up in 2 hours. But when you get home after work, you will be cackling to yourself and be like, that was crazy, but I had a great time. That kind of energy. Do what lights you up. The world is waiting for you to be a light. The world is waiting for you to express yourself, for you to create art, for you to get into your bag of existing as brightly as possible. And you're denying yourself. Why? Why? Find your way back. Sometimes it's being alone. Sometimes it's being with your friends, being in nature. Maybe you need to work out. Whatever it is that you need to do, dress yourself. The other day, I was like, let me get my measurements and see what my body shape is and whatever. And then I got my answers and I was like, hold on. I've been poking at myself for what? For why? And if you've never been to Juve, y'all, you should do that at least once in your life. If you know how to dance, if you like Caribbean music, if you don't know what soca is, get into it a little bit. I recommend. Definitely recommend. 10 out of 10, no notes. And so, my friends, please like my videos. It helps people find my stuff, especially as a black folk putting things together. Please subscribe. Sending it to you individually, homies, is a hard work. But like, share, subscribe, tell a homie, tell a friend. But also, this is the season of you. Get into your ego in a way that is beneficial, that is celebratory, that people can experience you and enjoy you out in the world as you enjoy yourself. Aries, as a sign, isn't out here to make hard commitments to stuff. Aries is here as a child to experience and explore life, reconnect to that energy, because hope can't live and expand and become contagious when all we know is suffering. And there is a lot of suffering going on right now. It's okay to take a moment to replenish and to get back into the fight. Okay? So I hope this was of use to you. I love comments. So hit me up below. If you are looking for crystals, Astrolyszics.com. And I will see you next time. We are closing out the sacred space. disconnecting from all of the things and passageways and energetic everythings, and in gratitude of clear signs and anything that is not in our highest best, we alchemize it to be so. So anything that is not supposed to be here can get the, and like, share, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.